Hey guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash of Style, and in today's video we are going to be jumping in and taking a look at some more of the EYG Open action. And in this video we have got Ocean Oasis going to be coming in against New Days. Now Ocean Oasis is of course Carbon Finn's clan, as I'm sure you guys are familiar, so he's got a pretty good team rolling in his Ocean Oasis squad, and they were able to bring in a perfect war. So today we're going to jump in and take a look at all 5 of those triples. So without any further ado, let's roll this intro and hop in to check them out. Alright, so the first one we're going to be taking a look comes in here from God, and he is going to be coming in with a hybrid. Starting off with a couple of these balloons from that bottom section of the base. They are going to be used just to take down a couple of these defenses. He's going to then throw in that blimp in behind the balloons, also going to be used in there just to test the water for any of those seeking air mines, just to make sure that blimp is able to make its way right into the town hall and to take it down nice and quickly, as it does right there for God. We're then going to start nice and quickly with that queen charge, bringing her in from this 12 o'clock section of the base. Having already secured that town hall, the queen charge can now just fully focus on taking down as many of these key defenses as possible. Now God is, as his name may suggest, a godly player indeed, and he's going to be pushing this queen in through from the top section of the base, not only to grab some of these defenses but also to create the funnel here for this hybrid. Bringing in a super wall breaker now over from this right hand side of the base is going to open up that wall section relatively wide, so this queen, when she gets there, can step up and can do some work. Going to continue pushing on through. Now we've got a Yeti doing a little bit of funneling over here on that right hand side of the base. Poison spell is going to need to be used to help us get through those clan castle troops. Those headhunters can be a little bit lethal to that queen if left unchecked, so that poison spell and the rage spell going down on the queen are going to be of benefit. Now God did have double poison spell coming in on this one, so can commit that second poison spell to help that queen get through those pups nice and quickly. Also just to mitigate a little bit of that damage. Smart play coming in right there, brings in a headhunter to help take down the enemy royal champion nice and quickly. It's then going to actually be able to do a little bit of work onto the enemy king, so our queen can then move on through and deal with him. In comes this hybrid portion of the attack now from this right section of the base. Unfortunately, looks like that single target inferno did end up taking down our king over here on the right section of the base, which isn't ideal, but we hopefully should get a couple of miners, maybe a couple of hogs, helping to take it down right there. Going to continue pushing on through. We still have that queen, of course, up on the top section of the base, just doing a little bit of work up there, sniping down defense after defense, trying to get some nice value for us. Super wallbreaker does end up coming in, but unfortunately doesn't really pop, I think, where God was looking for. So this queen looks like she is going to end up making her way probably onto the outside of the base, but we do still have her ability as well as that RC ability to throw in. Going to commit a free spell right there just on that single target inferno, making sure we do not lose this royal champion too early on. But we are going to go ahead, throw that seeking shield ability right there. The royal champion is going to have a 1v1 against the single, and they trade lives right there. The single goes down, but as does the royal champion. We've got plenty left up here on the back end, and we are going to swag this queen ability. So a really nice start to this attack coming in from God. He swags that heal spell in the middle. GG's. Let's jump in to check out the next one. Alright, so the next one we're going to be taking a look comes in here again from another God. However, this one is the double lightning bolt God. Going to be coming in here for Ocean Oasis. I believe it's Ocean Oasis Alpha or Ocean Oasis Omega. It's something like that. But they're going to be playing out of Mercy squad here, starting off with a Blizzard from this bottom section of the base. Going to be using an Ice Hound here really to do a lot of tanking and to freeze everything up a little bit, making sure that that blimp gets all the way into this dead channel that's chilling right next to the town hall. We're then going to continue throwing down these invisibility spells. There is a rage spell down in there as well, making sure we get maximum value from these super wizards. We do need to make sure they grab this town hall, and they are going to successfully do that right there. So getting a good chunk of value from this Blizzard as it does come in from this left hand side of the base, cleaning out 15%. That is some really nice value early on in this attack coming in for God. Now going to be bringing in a sneaky goblin just to do a little bit of funneling down here on the bottom section of the base, and then we can sui in these heroes. Lalo is going to be the choice of strategy for the back end of this, but primarily we are going to be focusing up here on getting as much value from our Sui as possible. The single target Inferno unfortunately does end up locking onto our king right there, so we do end up having to commit a free spell just to help our king survive a little bit longer. He is going to be able to step up right there and should be able to deal with the enemy queen, and hopefully should be able to snag the single target Inferno for us as well. That queen not quite playing ball. She is going to end up actually wandering down to this bottom section of the base, but she's going to tidy up a couple of the defenses over there, so it's not going to end up being completely wasted. That funnel most certainly is looking beautiful here for God as well. We can bring in that Lalo from the top section of the base. You can see the Royal Champion going to be doing some nice work onto that scatter shot, taking it down as the king was tanking, and already this base is looking absolutely crushed. Remember, we do still have the Royal Champion and this Grand Warden ability to be brought in for the back end of this attack. Do we even need that Grand Warden ability though? That is the question. We didn't really have any scatter shots to get through in our Lalo potion because we'd already dealt with one with our Blizzard, one with our Sui, and this is looking absolutely crushed. In fact, I think God may even be swagging this Grand Warden ability. That's exactly what he's going to be doing. This base gets well and truly crushed, swagging things all over the place. God throws down the Grand Warden ability right at the last second right there. But that's another beautiful triple coming in for the guys in Ocean Oasis. So we've got Yeel going to be coming in through for this next one, and we see the return of the Inferno Dragon Skelly spell. Now, this strategy has it's been getting pretty popular. I've seen more and more people start to use it in the meta right now, and against these kind of square bases with the big wide open compartments, this strategy is absolutely perfect. You really can get a lot of easy value from it. You're going to fire down your king, your queen probably, and then you're just going to do a line of Inferno Dragons, continually drop in these skeleton spells, and watch as they rip through the base. So the king and a baby dragon going to be kicking off proceedings over here on this left hand side of the base, just using them to create a little bit of a funnel here, because you do have to funnel ever so slightly with this strategy, and that's exactly what Yeel's going to be doing. Unfortunately, his king is going to end up having to deal with the enemy king right there, but does help take him down with a headhunter swinging in as well. Bringing in now a good few skeleton spells. Looks like already having dropped 4 skeleton spells in the base, and they are more than anything are just going to be used to tank for our Inferno Dragons. In comes that blimp as well. We are able to catch it in the Eternal Tome ability from that Grand Warden. The Rage Spell going to go down on the Town Hall, guaranteeing that we are able to take it down. The Rage Spell also going to give those Yeti Mites a little bit of a boost to maybe take down a couple more defenses, freezing up the double expo in the middle of the base, then dropping in yet another skeleton spell. As I said, these are primarily going to be used just to tank for our troops as they make their way through the back end of the base. We do have the Royal Champion, who is going to have to throw her ability down here on the bottom section, able to throw that Seeking Shield ability and catch that multi-target Inferno for us right there, which is perfect. We do end up dropping a skeleton spell in. Unfortunately, it was slightly delayed, so we are going to see that Royal Champion get picked off by the cannon, but we have plenty of troops left up in the base. Some cleanup already going to be coming in from this right section of the base. We're actually going to see a Seeking Air Mine in combination with that air defense on the bottom section start to cause a couple of issues for this attack. It looked like we had plenty left up, but it looks like it's mainly going to be up to this Grand Warden to start cleaning up on the back end, because that air defense goes to town on those Inferno Dragons. Luckily, he does just survive there. We have an army of skeletons that came out of one of those skeleton spells, and this is going to be yet another triple on the board for Ocean Oasis, showing us that they are so versatile with so many different strategies. Alright, so John is going to be coming in with this next hit, and yet again it's a different strategy. We're going to see a drag back coming through on this one, so let's see where exactly he's going to funnel and what he is going to do with those bat spells. 6 bat spells coming in on this one, so certainly committing pretty heavily to the bat spells. So let's see where exactly he's going to Sui and where he's going to throw these dragons in from. Starting off proceedings with a king coming in over here on this top section of the base. We've got a Yeti swinging on through as well, just testing the water for any of those testing the water. I'm thinking of a Cocoloon here, just using it to help create that funnel to push our king exactly where we want him to go. So he's going to be able to step up into the base. Unfortunately, does get targeted by that single target Inferno. We were ideally looking for him to grab the eagle, and he does just do that on his last swing of his sword. He takes down that eagle artillery. We can now focus in over on our queen as she makes her way in from this left hand side of the base. No Ice Golem, in fact, going to be going out in front of her. It looks like that Ice Golem is going to be used on the back end, maybe to tank for our bats whenever we decide to bring them in. With these attack strategies, we will probably see a relatively early Eternal Tome ability, which will capture the Blimp. You can see as it's swinging on through, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Blimp is going to fly all the way overhead. Does catch a tornado trap, which is never what you want to see. It's going to hit a double Seeking Airmine. We'll need to make sure we get that rage spell down, and just sneaks into that compartment. Maybe getting a little bit lucky there, the fact that that Blimp did just make it into that compartment, so the sneaky goblins weren't on the other side of the wall. We're also going to see one Clutch Dragon on this top section take down not only the Scatter Shot, but maybe even be able to grab the Wizard Tower. No, unfortunately, it's going to end up going down right there. But that dragon on the top section ended up getting some beautiful value for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to bat bomb this Wizard Tower at the top section of the base. We're going to throw those bat spells in, all 6 of them nice and quickly. And then we're going to follow up proceedings with a freeze spell. Going to have to drop a freeze spell down on that Wizard Tower. I think John was looking for this Ice Golem to pop just a little bit sooner. But unfortunately, it was very, very delayed and didn't pop until the last second. So we did have to commit all of those free spells pretty early on in this attack, but the bats should be able to tidy up quite nicely. Only got a couple of dragons left up in this attack, but it is going to be enough coming in here for John to tidy up on the back end of this base. And that is yet another strategy. 4 out of 4 on the triples and 4 out of 4 different strategies. These guys are certainly very creative indeed. One last attack. Let's jump in and take a look. Alright, so the last one we're going to be taking a look at does come in here from Real Dirty, and would you look at that, they go 5 for 5 on different attack strategies and 5 for 5 on triples. Damn, these guys are good. And what we're going to be using here is those Super Witches. If you guys have not already checked out my Super Witch video, it seems to be doing fantastically well. People really seem to be enjoying that video. And if you are interested in learning how to use Super Witches just a little bit more in depth, getting the ins and the outs of what to do, what not to do, that video is definitely well worth a watch. Hit that subscribe button, so have a little scroll through my videos, and I'm sure you'll find it relatively quickly. Also, Delinator from BFC is an absolute super Witch god, and he does indeed feature in that video. So definitely want to check out if you're interested in seeing more Super Witch attacks. But what we're going to be doing here is exactly what we should be doing in most Super Witch attacks, and that's going to be zapping down one of the Inferno Towers, grabbing what else we can get with the zap spells, then using that Grand Warden just to help create a little bit of a funnel, then bring in those Super Witches, pushing ideally straight towards the Town Hall to get rid of it nice and quickly. Unfortunately here for Real Dirty, we are going to encounter a Tesla farm early on in this attack, which is actually going to mess up our funneling for these Super Witches just a little bit. We wanted them to push into this compartment slightly earlier than they ended up doing, but not to worry, they should still be able to get the value that we are looking for. We bring in another Super Wall Breaker. Unfortunately, doesn't quite go to that wall section that we were looking for. We also have those Hog Raiders coming out of that Siege Barracks, and it's interesting to see them coming out so early. Usually we would like to delay on the Siege Barracks a little bit, so those Hogs come out relatively late on in any attack, and they can be used in combination with the Royal Champion, because you can see that multi-target Inferno over here on that left-hand side did a lot of work, and those Hogs didn't end up taking down too many of the defenses. But we can now bring in that Royal Champion. We're going to continue pushing through the center of the base. Those healers need to move on over. They do exactly that right there. Pushing on through to those Super Witches, bringing them back up to full health, and as they move through that rage spell, whatever they heal up will be healed very, very quickly. You can see that Queen flying up on HP right there. That Eternal Tome ability was used at the perfect time. We had a lot of heavy hitting defenses shooting down on our Super Witches, and we could just delay on the Eternal Tome. We didn't need it for the Town Hall, and we saved it until we got into the back end of this attack, and this base gets absolutely wiped off the face of the planet. Real Dirty showing exactly how a Super Witch hit should be done. Phenomenal play coming in from him right there. Beautiful Super Witch triple to finish off this video. Alright, and that is all we've got time for in this one. Hopefully you guys did enjoy those massive variation of different strategies. 5 different strategies coming through in this video. Always good to see people experimenting with different strategies, and this just shows how wide open the meta is right now. How many different strategies are out there for people to try and experiment with and use and 3-star with, not only in regular wars but also in, you know, League Wars like this one that was the EYG Open. Big shout out to the EYG Open, by the way. Link in the description to their Discord server if you guys do want to hop in and check it out. But I'm going to say it because you've got to in these YouTube videos. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Leave a like on the video. Leave a comment as well. Let me know which one of these 5 attacks was your favorite. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.